Hey, what's good YouTube? The Alchemic coming at you today with a combo video. This is one of those, OTK at your opponent on the first turn. This one's called the Tengu Fenix. Now, I have the source down below in the description in case you guys want. But this is finally me being able to pull it off on ladder, which is quite interesting. But yeah, my opponent, I've seen multiple times, which is kind of interesting. Anyway, the combo is Summoner Monk, one spell, and Divine Wind of Mist Valley / Terraforming, whatever. Doesn't matter. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and use that Divine Wind, normal summon our Summoner Monk, and then discard a spell. And then go ahead and go for, what is it? The Mist Valley, or no, Genex's Blast Fan. And Blast Fan's effect is going to allow us to activate and add a copy of Genex's Allied Birdman. And then you're going to go ahead and trigger your field spell by using the Birdman's effect. Return that wind monster back to your hand, and go ahead and grab the Birdman, and then after you trigger the field spell, you're able to summon a level 4 lower wind from your deck. In this case, it's going to be the Mist Valley Shaman. Now, there's two, like I said, there's in the video source, there's actually two versions of this combo. You don't have to do it this way, but this is just the way that I got lucky on ladder, and I'm not going to pull out the second one. That second one, I'll just let you guys see the source and so I don't claim credit for this. After we summon the Ancient Fairy using our Birdman and our Summoner Monk, you use the effect of the Fairy Dragon to add a copy of Pseudo-Space to your hand. Oh, you can gain 1,000 life, which is sometimes useful because sometimes the combo doesn't always work. So if your opponent has Effect Failure or Yuki Usagi, whatever those. So we're going to go ahead and use the Pseudo-Space, activate it. And then we're going to banish a Divine Wind. If you guys don't know, this card basically copies the field spell that you use, that you banish. So you basically can use a field spell like this twice. So you're going to use the Ancient Fairy Dragon's effect to summon the next Blast Fan, and the Blast Fan's going to go ahead and fetch a controller from your deck to your hand. And then this kind of doesn't matter, but you have to use the Shaman's effect to bounce the Blast Fan back to your hand. And then that basically, the attack boost doesn't matter, but you just need to trigger the Pseudo-Space with that. So by triggering that, we're going to go ahead and grab our Reborn Tengu, which is, like I said, this is kind of the core of the deck that makes the deck function the way it does. So after you pull that off, you're going to go ahead and Synchro Summon off into a level 7. So my opponent didn't really understand, but we're going to go ahead and Synchro Summon into another level 7 Ancient Fairy Dragon once again. It allows you to cycle through your field spells, and it's just so good. So once you get the Reborn Tengu off, you get to summon another copy of Reborn Tengu from your deck due to its effect, and it does work with Synchro Summoning, obviously, if you guys know the plant format. So once you get that second Ancient Fairy Dragon, you're going to go ahead and use its effect to summon Genex's Controller from your hand. The one summon effect, actually no, you're gonna go ahead and, or in this case I go ahead and use it, use the field spell effect to destroy Pseudo-Space and add a copy of Black Guardian to our hand. So, and then afterwards we're gonna go ahead and summon the Genex's Controller. So. Alright, now I'm trying to use the effect to summon the Genex's Controller, and then now we do this. My opponent doesn't understand the concept of the Black Garden, so Black Garden's going to go ahead and summon a token, and we need this to fill up their board because Blaze Phoenix, which is our key, our main card, is effect is based off of how fast you're able to deal damage based on the number of cards on the field. So you go ahead and summon our third Ancient Fairy Dragon by Synchro Summoning with the Reborn Tengu, and then the Tengu's effect is going to go ahead and trigger and add another copy of the Reborn Tengu. So there you go, and then we're going to go ahead and grab another token with that. So now he gets another token. And then now we're going to go ahead and use that third Fairy Dragon's effect to summon a copy of Blast Fan. Blast Fan, I don't actually play any more targets. I only play 3. and I opened up with one, so the number of times you get to fetch with Blast-Fan. So now we're going to go ahead and Xyz into a rank 4, the Burner Visor. You actually have to play this one. Originally you could play Lavalval Chain, but you have to play this one because, you know, Lavalval Chain's banned. And Lavalval Chain would basically just dump a Volcanic Shell, and then you'd get another get another Volcanic Shell. But we're going to use the third Ancient Fairy Dragon's effect to destroy a Black Garden and add ourselves a Fusion Gate. So in the final phase of this combo, you activate the Fusion Gate. Well, actually, no, you Xyz first. You overlay 2 copies of Ancient Fairy Dragon, because you used all their effects, they don't matter anymore, to summon either Mecha Phantom Beast, Draco Sack, or Galaxy Tomahawk. Either one's fine, they both serve the same purpose, but just, you know that you have options. So you detach 2 materials to get 2 machine-type tokens. That's all that really matters, because once you get the tokens out, it's pretty smooth sailing, unless your opponent has a response, such as, in this case, it's going to be Yuki Usaki. But you're going to go ahead and banish the Burner Visor and any machine-type monster you control. Technically, I was supposed to do the Gen X controller, but that was a misplay. But then you summon the Blaze Phoenix, and then Blaze Phoenix will deal 300 damage for each card on the field. In this case, there's 10 on the field, so it's 3,000. And then this time, we're going to go ahead and use that Gen X controller as fusion material, and go ahead and summon another Blaze Phoenix. And Blaze Phoenix is once again going to do 3,000 points of damage because there's 10 cards on the field. Sometimes if the other cards in your hand are like spells, you usually set them to increase the damage. And then once again, we summon the third one. Keep in mind that Blaze Phoenix is a Pyro, and that's why it works. So yeah, that's the OTK. A lot of people aren't very positively responding to it, but some people are. And I've been able to pull it off 2 or 3 times on ladder. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Actually, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the deck right now. Alright guys, let's take a look at this deck. So, this is the entire deck list. I literally just came back from that game. But this is the deck. I just kind of AZ'd it for your liking. So first of all, we have 2 Gen X controller. You can't play 3 of this. So I'm just gonna explain the numbers, like the combo. There's a different combo, but I guess I can, I'm not going to perform all those combos. I'm just going to leave the source, and you guys take a look at that source. So, 2 Gen X controllers, if you play 3, you need 2 for the combo to maximize your resources. But you can't play 3 because, if you play more than 3, then you're going to lose it. You need the 1 Birdman. You have to play Birdman. Blast Fan, I play 3 of, particularly because this is one of the cards that you usually sort of you get rid of. This is sort of your filler cards, and if you only play 1 copy of it for more consistency, it doesn't actually work. So it's better to play 3, and then if you draw into 1, then you're stuck with 1 in your hand. Then just play 1, and if you draw that 1, then you lose out on the combo. But yeah, so you need this card for the combo. You only really need 1 copy, but I play 3. It's sort of like the filler. You need 3 Harpy Dancer. So this card you actually need to open up with for the other part of the combo, the other side of the combo. But this is sort of the same thing. You need to open up with it basically. But if you open up with multiple copies of it, or you have it if you have the other parts of it like Divine Wind and Summoner Monk, then you want to get rid of this card because that. Playing 1 Shaman, this was a mistake. I should have been playing 2, but I didn't know where I could actually fit this in, fit another copy in. But yeah, you should be playing 2 if you're gonna do this. So you take out whatever other card. But this is part of, like I said, the Summoner Monk version. If you want to play the Harpy Dancer version, then you can. And then here's 2 Psychic Commander here. I wanted to use this because I needed to take up more spots. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up this card. It's called Cockadoodle-Doo. This one. Basically, it says if you have no monsters on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand as a level 3. It's already a Wind Tuner. That's all it needs to be. It only needs to be a level 3 tuner, in fact. So any level 3 tuner would work as long as you're not using up your normal summon and you can remain with 2 cards on the field. 2 cards in your hand to complete the combo. Anything works. I feel like this is the best possibility. You need 3 Warborn Tengus. Like I said, this video was sort of, or not this video, but the source, the original video was made for playing with 3 Tengus, so this is kind of obvious. And then 2 Summoner Monk, this is part of the combo version 2. There's 2 versions of the combo, like I said. For the spells, you actually need the 1 copy of Black Garden. Don't play 3. This is your filler cards are usually like your monsters. 3 Chicken Game for increased consistency, because you can draw cards, you can use it, and your health will be restored. In case your combo gets stopped, your health will be restored by Ancient Fairy Dragon, so that's fine. You need the 1 Divine Wind to Mist Valley. This is kind of obvious, I feel like. This is, like I said, I need to take up more space in the deck with combo pieces. So, Emergency Teleport, you're playing a 3-2. Usually you're able to draw the Psychic Commander by the time if you need it. So it's sort of like the Artifact, Sanctum, Morale Attack sort of thing. You need to do that. 3 Fire Formation Hinky. Now this is kind of a weird choice for I think you'd think, but my use for it is you usually activate it and then you add Reborn Tengu to your hand, assuming you have Magical Mallet or Reload in your hand. It works. And then obviously Fusion Gate for the combo. You need 3 Magical Mallets. This card's probably better, like I said, than Reload because you just choose whatever cards you want to keep, and then you can shuffle it back in and draw cards back. So playing the original combo only plays 1 Pseudo-Space, but you need 3 if you're going to be playing the Chicken Race version. The Chicken Race helps you just get through a lot more cards in the deck than others. And then you have then you have 3 copies of Terraforming. Terraforming is to add any field spell, so you're basically playing 4 Divine Winds, or you're playing 6 Chicken Games, depending on what you need, or I guess a Pseudo-Space. Usually, if you have the Terraformings and you're already buried through at least one of the Chicken Games, you're going to go for another Chicken Game. Get all the Chicken Games in the graveyard first, because if you go directly to a Pseudo-Space, at least a Chicken Game is more effective if your combo gets stopped. And then 2 Reloads, because I couldn't find another thing to play. I mean, you could play you could trade them for the 1 Upstart Goblin and another Shaman, but I feel like anything that just shuffles back in the deck is probably better to play. For the extra, the only parts that you need for the combo are the 3 Blaze Phoenix. This card's probably the core of the deck. And then you need the 3 Fairy Dragons to cycle through your spells. I'm playing the Black Rose just in case, whatever happens, these will work. I don't actually know why I'm playing this. I was thinking there was another version that you can play with only 2 Tengus, but that uses this card. So, yeah. And then you have the Cowboy, you can end games with it. It doesn't really need it. But like I said, you can play the Draco Sack or you can play the 42 Tomahawk. Both of them serve as the same purpose. And, whatever happens, I guess Draco Sack is overall more solid, but you can play whatever. Like, the rest of these are just kind of whatever. Heartland Draco, you're controlling field spells. You're also playing, what's it called? Fire Formation Henki. This card you actually need to play. It's the Burner Visor. There was another version in sort of the Dev Pro puzzles. The second part of it had the Volleyball Chain, and then you'd use the Volleyball Chain to send a Volcanic Shell from your deck to the graveyard, and then use Volcanic Shell's effect to add it. It does the same thing. It just basically it increases the number of cards on the field, and it really doesn't matter. You can also do like send a what's it called? Elemental Hero Shadow Mist, and then you can add one of those Pyro Heroes. I forget if there's one or not, but I'm pretty sure that works. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much the deck. I mean, there are some improvements. That's all you really need to do. But you guys now have the resources from me to pull off this combo on yourself. Leave some comments. Any success stories, leave those in the comments. Dev Pro is probably better to play, but I feel like I can record on DN right now, and that's probably the best time. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I should catch you guys later.